This is one of the largest Bitcoin weekly breakouts I have seen in a very long time, and on today's update video I will be exactly explaining about what this means next for Bitcoin, what is likely to be happening next after this massive breakout we're currently seeing up to $81,000. So in today's update video, I'm going to be going exactly in depth about that. And more importantly, I have got actual proof and data that retail interest is actually increasing right now. So I have got a lot to discuss on today's update video with major charts which are important to understand right now here. So don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And the first thing I want to be saying is that indeed we had a massive rally over the course of this weekend. Bitcoin created a major CME gap, and due to the fact that we're creating a massive CME gap, there are some people that are right now doubting the market. But one thing I want you to understand, because if we go all the way back here to 2020, just moments at this point right here, moments before the bull market got started, we also created a major CME gap that has never been filled up, around $10,000. And this one, people waited for ages to get it filled up. But then Bitcoin, of course, went just in a major bull market and never looked back here. So while we, in fact, indeed can create these CME gaps, and while, in fact, people can wait for it and maybe expect that Bitcoin is going to be filling them up, from time to time, Bitcoin do not fill them up here. And then you're just left behind with a major bull market ahead of ourselves. So the best is to say that, yeah, most of the time CME gaps tend to get filled up, but not always necessarily. And yes, if we're looking at this month here, guys, Movember is definitely back. We're up 15% on the month here, and on the quarter, we're up 28%. So Q4 is definitely delivering to what we were expecting. And in all honesty, this breakout, in my opinion, is only just getting started. I mean, we're seeing the major breakout take shape right now here, and like we can see here on the S&P 500, like we can see on the gold chart as well, Bitcoin is still maybe a little bit lagging behind, not in terms of performance, but in terms of the charts. Because if you just compare these charts to each other, you think that Bitcoin has got way more room to grow towards the upside. And what is quite interesting to see is that the S&P 500 gold is both down here, while Bitcoin is actually increasing in value. So we're doing extraordinary. And if you're looking at this fractal from gold, Bitcoin likely has got way more room towards the upside. So Bitcoin created this major ascending broadening wedge here. We broke outside of it above the important resistance here on the top side. And ever since we've done so, we're seeing right now a major continuation towards the upside. And likely what I'm expecting is that we're hitting $100,000 and beyond in the upcoming period in the market. Also, we broke outside of this major resistance level right here. And ever since we broke above that, we just continued upwards. And now we even hit $82,000 here. And yes, starting today, we can also once again see inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETF. And if we just look at last week and the weeks before, guys, we've seen billions of dollars flowing in very quickly. And what is very interesting to see from the data is that this ETF is the most successful ETF ever in history, ever in any ETF history. This is the successful one. And if you're going to compare it towards the gold ETF in 2003, guys, it is much better than gold if you compare it towards the launch of their ETF. And if we're also looking towards the interest over time on Bitcoin, guys, we're starting to see an ever so slight increasement. And if we're zooming out, you can start to see right here, the increasement in retail interest is slowly coming back here. And in all honesty, I'm starting to see that as well, because in yesterday's video, I got also way more views than normal and way more subscribers than normal. And that is a clear sign that retail is most likely returning. I want to show my metrics because this is, of course, important to understand for the market sentiment. If retail traders come back, if more people are going to be watching Bitcoin videos, we are most likely going to be seeing also increasing prices because more people are going to be buying. And especially one thing is going to be having a big influence on is altcoins. Altcoins are likely going to be doing very well. And if I'm right now looking at the exact timing of this market right now here, it is likely to expect that in the upcoming 20 to 30 days ahead of ourselves, and to be very honest, we're already starting to see Bitcoin dominance dump a little bit here. Altcoins, we're starting to see them pump already, but in all honesty, we're expecting a major altcoin season is going to be happening in the upcoming 30 to 40 days here. And if you can benefit correctly from that, you are set to make extraordinary amounts of money. So make sure to prepare accordingly. I mean, the bull flag pattern is exactly breaking out here like we have been predicting on the channel for a very long time right here. I mean, this pattern we've talked about for ages. And yeah, after 230 days of talking about this pattern, it has finally broken out here and now is on its way to its price target of $120,000. And if you're going to compare Bitcoin, this bull flag pattern towards 2020, it is just looking very similar in my opinion. And we're likely to once again move much higher from off this point onwards. And we can see also in terms of the US election, guys, always after the US election, Bitcoin goes up. So is it really so unexpected that Bitcoin pushes so high? We've discussed this chart on so many occasions on the channel, and it's just likely that we're going to be having that next major move higher. And yeah, what is very interesting is that actually, if we're going to compare it towards the 2020 cycle, the MACD is also in the same level here. And I want to tell you, whenever I think the market is going to be topping out here, because whenever the market is going to be topping out, we're most likely on the monthly MACD going to be also seeing that bearish crossover happening. But whenever the market is going to be topping out, I will let you know here on the channel. Whenever I think momentum is drying up, I will let you know, and I'm going to be very honest, and probably people are going to be hating me for it, but I will be sharing you all the data points. Now, I don't believe it's the time to be bearish. Just look at these charts, guys. We are literally moments before the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is really about to be taking shape here. So I am very excited. You can see all these charts are proving the fact that likely we're about to be having a major rally next year. And if you can right now prepare accordingly for the next major rally, you are set to make extraordinary gains here for the market. So guys, if you want to be trading anything here, if you want to be trading altcoins or Bitcoin, the best place to do it right now here is on Blofin. Blofin, you can trade without any KYC. And if you trade right there, right now, and if you actually sign up an account using that link below, guys, you can first of all claim a deposit bonus worth up to $10,000, and on top of that, you can trade, of course, without any KYC and claim an insane free Rolex or any of these other rewards that you can see next to my face if you get certain amounts of volume traded over there. So very interested one I actually want you to check out here. It's very great. It's a great exchange with good liquidity, major amounts of pairs listed, and it's of course non-KYC. So definitely a very good pick out there if you're interested in trading altcoins and Bitcoin. Anyways, if we're just looking at Bitcoin in general, guys, we're just clearly breaking the downtrend. And right now we're just extraordinary in terms of the trend where we're trading in. And I don't believe this is going to be stopping anytime soon here. And of course, at some point, we're going to be seeing a slight little correction, but in every single correction, it's another opportunity for us to get an even bigger and better position in the market. So the cup and handle pattern is breaking out. And in all honesty, guys, if we talk about these price targets, we're not even close to the price target. The price targets are all above 100K here. And that is also what I expect this move is next to head towards for Bitcoin. If I'm going to be talking about a top in this cycle, I think $280,000 is likely a place where Bitcoin is indeed going to be topping out here. But I believe Bitcoin, the top is now not even close yet, guys. We're going to be going so much higher in my opinion. But of course, at one point, I'm going to be scaling out here. But right now, I believe it's not the time to scale out yet here. But this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to slap that like button, subscribe to the channel, will be highly appreciated. And I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow on another video here on my channel. Peace out. Goodbye.